What's going on, Jab Jab Talk Nation? It's your boy, your host that loves you the most, Ozeal. Welcome to the Jab Jab Talk YouTube channel. First timers, make sure you subscribe for more boxing vibes here on this channel. Hit the notification button to stay updated. I love our community. It's a growing community. We got some new subscribers. Shout out to you for joining the Jab Jab Talk Nation, as we like to call it over here. And listen, listen. I got the mic out for this one. I want to make sure I sound extra crispy. Uh, listen, I'm gonna pick my head up. There's no shame in my boxing analyst game. Okay, all right. Listen, it was funny to see some of the comments that I got immediately on my previous videos, where specifically the prediction video. And they're like, what now? Ryan won. What's up now, Ozeal? Yeah, what now? You talking? Everybody was, it's like they were ready to come back and let me know how they felt. And they're ready to laugh at me and shame me for my prediction, y'all. But here it is. Here it is. All right. We're going to go ahead and share a little bit about my thoughts. Excuse me. My thoughts on this past Saturday's fight. New York City. Things got gritty between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. I need to get some sound effects going. I got the tools to make that happen. We're gonna make that happen soon, y'all. I promise you. All right, so check this out. My thoughts. I was gonna record this yesterday. I'm like, nah, I need to get the mic. I need to get mic'd up for this one. I gotta make sure I come legit. I gotta share my thoughts. All right, y'all. Ryan Garcia fans, boxing world. Ryan Garcia fans, first off, congratulations. Congratulations to Ryan Garcia on his victory this past Saturday against Devin Haney. The Garcia fans are going crazy. And the boxing world was like, whoop, flip upside down. I feel like we all got the left hook on Saturday. Like, pah! Oh, what just happened? Including Devin Haney. What just happened? We just got dropped. What happened? We just lost? We got the L? What's happening here? Listen, first and foremost, again, congratulations to Ryan Garcia. He pulled it off. He shocked the world. I was wrong. Jab Jab Talk Nation here. I'm going to be real with you. Listen, we're all men and gals here. All right. It's all about admitting when you're wrong, right? We do this in our personal lives, professional lives, and even on YouTube. Sometimes we get it wrong. I've been pretty good lately with my predictions, but sometimes we get it wrong. And Saturday, I was utterly, completely, totally just wrong. I was wrong, y'all. I was wrong about Ryan Garcia. He got the W. And I will say this, though. I'm going to be consistent with what I actually think and how I feel about Ryan Garcia's career. All right. But before we get to that, let's talk about the fight. The fight, first off, was entertaining from the jump. Very, very entertaining fight. One thing for sure is that both of these guys, and Devin Haney had no letdown on him. He was resilient. He fought to the end, and he got up. He did not quit. He got up and finished to the very last bell. So props to Devin Haney, okay? It was a tough fight for him. It's the toughest fight he's ever been a part of, but he stayed to the end. It was an entertaining fight, and I'm not going to do a complete round by round breakdown, but y'all seen the fight. I'm sure y'all seen the highlights. Ryan Garcia almost closed Devin Haney out in the beginning, the first round, which I was shocked. He caught him with that left hook, almost dropped him. And then, Haney, I felt like he had a couple rounds, after that he had some success. But look, it was very apparent that the weight that Garcia was carrying. He looked big. Like Haney is a pretty big 148 pounder, but Ryan Garcia looked big in there. So I think Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney was, even though he landed a few good shots, I think he hurt Ryan, I think in the third round or so. Um, but couldn't, he doesn't have the punching power, which we knew that, right? Going into it. My prediction going in was I thought that Devin Haney, because he has displayed some exceptional boxing skills and some pretty good strength. And I didn't say power, but good strength in 140 pounds, that I felt like he could have done. He was going to just put a boxing showcase and dismantle Ryan Garcia. I said it, y'all. I said it. But Ryan Garcia looked strong. We all know he came with that left hook, and that left hook looked dangerous. And it's almost like he could just fling it and just knock out. He can crack. That's his superpower. And of course, his speed. And that's all he needed against Devin Haney. I think it was just the speed, his left hook, which Haney knew going into it, but he also had the weight going for him. And listen, this is not hating on Ryan Garcia, but let's take it from a boxing perspective. And all my boxers, if you've been in the boxing game, you know this. 3 pounds is a lot of pounds, not to mention the weight that you're going to bring on the night of the fight. So he went into, that's a lot. That can really change things. And again, there's divisions for a reason. Now, if it's a catch weight, then it is what it is. And they both parties agree it is what it is. But going into this, I'm surprised there wasn't a clause or something that didn't allow that, because that's a lot. That's a 3 pound advantage. And we've seen in the previous past with boxers going in a little bit heavy, they've had the advantage. There's divisions, y'all. Unless two parties do a catch weight, it is what it is. So he did have an advantage. Now, could it have been different? We don't know, right? We don't know. But I do feel that it maybe not have had the same effect on Devin Haney than what Ryan Garcia brought, but it seemed like he just cannot get through the size and the punching power. And I felt like Devin Haney didn't quite come with the nice game plan. I felt like I was questioning, like, where's the game plan? And he had some moments he was trying to keep it in the middle, and he was displaying some good boxing abilities, but he just didn't have, he would counter with that left, and Ryan was so fast with that left hook, he would just counter right back. And frankly, Devin Haney never made the adjustments. Y'all know that, right? He never made the adjustments, and it cost him the fight. And Ryan Garcia beat him up. It was a beatdown. And it's going to be interesting to see how Devin Haney comes back after that beating, because, yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot. A friend of mine told me that Devin Haney's his jaw was broken. I'm not sure if that was true or not. I haven't gotten confirmation. If you guys know that, drop it down below. But he said his jaw broke. I'm not sure. I don't think it's been confirmed. But yeah, it was a rough night for Devin Haney, a good night for Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia celebrated. I mean, Ryan Garcia was doing a lot of things. He was doing the most. He was fighting the unconventional, putting his hands down, taunting him. He felt very confident, very comfortable. I'll give him that. And I just think that he probably has Devin Haney's ticket. I feel like, he felt like, I know you, I know what you can bring. And he just brought that extra vibrato, that confidence into the ring with the size and his special attributes as a boxer. And, he was able to take it home, So, yeah, y'all saw the fight. I mean, he won the fight. And here's what I got to say, though. Aside from the advantage, I mean, it wasn't on the same, it wasn't leveled out. That's the thing. And here's where I'm going to be consistent in regards to Ryan Garcia, because I have to disagree. There's a lot of people on social, and even some of the analysts were like, he's now the face of boxing. I think Jim Lampley, boxing analyst, legend, commentary, he said that, he's going to be maybe bigger than Floyd Mayweather. And I'm like, what? So I still stand by and plant my flag, y'all. Okay. And this is not like, I'm not a Ryan Garcia hater. This is just calling facts. Okay. Ryan Garcia has yet won a championship. Okay. And I know that we're living in an era where people are talking about money. It's all about the money and money, but it's all about the money, which obviously it's a major factor in 2024 and in this era of boxing. But it's like a disrespect to the the accomplishments and the milestones that these boxers have to fight for. Championship meant something back then, and I feel like it still means something, but I think a lot of these boxers are getting really, really greedy, and it's unfortunate because feel like they have to do all these antics to sell a fight. And first off, bro, I'm like, yo, man, you got a large social media fight. You don't have to do all that to sell the fight. But I feel like he took a page off of Jake Paul's playbook. I feel like he's probably been hanging out with the Paul brothers a little too long. And I feel like he's part of that era where they feel like they gotta get very outrageous to be able to sell the fight. Kind of like social media. Let's get crazy, and whatever. It is what it is. At the end of the day, he got the W. I still stand by what I said. I still don't. Again, he hasn't gotten the belt. I felt like if it would have been even, if he trained that was at 140 and got the belt, I would at least respect him for at least being professional and fighting at 140, making the weight, and then getting a championship, beating a champion, in Devin Haney. He beat him. Technically, he beat him, but did he at 140? Like, did he play by the rules? And he didn't. And one of the things that I didn't like was he went after he went in at 3 pounds overweight, went on Twitter X and was saying, "Hey, I'm going to do what I have to do to win. At the end of the day, I care about winning." But that's a disrespect to the sport. That's disrespecting the rules. At the end of the day, Ryan, there's rules to this. So I felt like there should be a penalty, even more than what he paid for. I'm not sure if there is, but at the end of the day, like as a boxing fan, as an OG boxing fan, like there's still like rules, my dude. Like you still got to make weight and then win the championship, right? And then there's a little bit more respect from the boxing community. But hey, I mean, who am I? He may not care, obviously, about that. He's not caring. He doesn't care about the championship belts, obviously. So he just cares about, again, attention. I'll say it again. Ryan Garcia just cares about attention in his own ego. That's it. That's it. So, no, I don't think he's the face of boxing. Yes, he beat arguably the best 140 pounder in Devin Haney. No doubt about it. He beat him convincingly. But then there's the variable factors, right? Was it technically a 140? Were you really, is it even playing field? Like, did you, so there's that. But he did beat him. He beat him. But you got to do more than that, Ryan. You got to do more than that. You got to do more than that. So it's one of those things where I haven't anointed him or haven't changed my opinion on Ryan Garcia. Personally, I feel like he's a child. I feel like, yes, he has some skills, but even if you just looked at the way he fought, it's almost kind of Jake Paulish. Like, it's just the way he just flat-footed, but flat-footed is not even the word. Like, he just kind of like waddles, right? He just kind of like moves forward and tries to if you look at that, it's just not, no, I just think that he had the size, and I think that's what he had, the Jake Paul effect. Like, if you look at Jake Paul, like, he can fight fighters, professional fighters, whether they're legendary MMA or what, but he can fight fighters. He can fight Tyson. He can fight fighters and compete and beat them down. But it's because they're just going in for they're just strong fighters that are heavy-handed, and it gets a little wild. But he wasn't able to pull that off with Gervonta Davis. And yes, we all thought that Devin Haney was going to handle him because Devin Haney is a pure boxer. But I think with Devin Haney I don't think he had a game plan. I think I think that the weight of Garcia, and I just feel like he didn't have the adjustments, which was very disappointing in the punching power to kind of get him off. Now, again, I didn't think he was going to have the punching power going into it to really beat him down, but I really thought that his boxing abilities would wear and tear Ryan. But Ryan showed up. He was in great shape, and he got the W. Again, not hating, but my opinion, it hasn't changed about Ryan Garcia. I think he's still obnoxious. I still think that he's annoying. I still think that he is not a champion, and he's not. And he's still playing by his own rules. Now, what's going to happen? Is he going to be able to just not make weight for the rest of his boxing career? Because I tell you what, that eventually will give out, right? I mean, he's only going to be able to do that, and I would expect that the next champion he fights is going to be some serious stipulations there. So I think that Ryan Garcia 140, I think he's too big. He's too big. If he fought somebody at 140 and actually made 140, I still believe that whether it's Isaac Cruz or who's the other 140 pounder, Teofimo Lopez, I think those guys, I still pick them over Ryan. I do. Yeah, call me crazy. I'm not. Wasn't. I know I was. Yeah, a lot of people are impressed by his knockout. Yes, he can crack. He can punch really, really hard. But I still feel like he's a big boy. I think he needs to be at 147, 154, which I know eventually he's going to go there. But 147. That's where Ryan Garcia needs to go. I don't think we'll see a Devin Haney rematch. Does he want that smoke with Boots? Does he want that smoke with Terrence Crawford? I would not be surprised, y'all, if we see him against Terrence Crawford. I think if I was Terrence Crawford, he missed the big cash out. I won't say cash out because I think Terrence is still in it. He's one of my favorite fighters. But he was calling out Canelo for that big money fight. Get Ryan Garcia. Get Ryan Garcia at 147. He holds 2 belts. Terrence Crawford. Come on, Ryan. If you really want that smoke, go to 147 and actually make weight and fight those boys and see what happens. I think he gets annihilated by Boots. I think he gets annihilated by Terrence Crawford. And I forget who's the other guy. I think he's Ukrainian, or there's another guy who's out there. I think maybe he'll have a shot at him. But until Ryan Garcia plays by the rules, which I think the dude is just kind of playing by his own rules, all the antics and the press conference and suck my D and all, it's just acting all, it just, look, man, those are one of those kids that are crying for attention and probably at the party or whatever. They're just annoying. They probably get drunk and scream and shout and try to pick fight. Just annoying. The character, I'm just not a fan of. And then if you look at the professional side and we look at the skills, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I know you can comment down below and say, oh, you hater, but look at the skills. He beat Devin Haney. Yes, but he was that 3 pounds was the X factor. Like that really was the X factor. I wish we would have seen it, even playing fields, like just level it out. Like let's be professional and make weight and get a championship belt. I think I would have at least respected Garcia, but listen, I'm still not. I'm still on that train. So I'm going to be consistent, y'all. I'm going to claim that I know I was wrong. I know Ryan Garcia got the W. Okay. I was way off, but I still stand by my opinion that I think he's overrated. He's overrated. I think there's really nothing. I'm not gonna be convinced by not making weight, being big, and then knocking a boxer out. I just don't see it. You're still not the face of boxing. So Ryan Garcia is not the face of boxing. So I will say that. So anyways, but entertaining fight. He looked good, strong, powerful. I give him the props. All he deserves that victory. We'll see. I think the biggest thing, and I think he was smoking and all this afterwards. Here's the thing. I mean, Ryan Garcia knows that it's the Ryan Garcia show, but we all know that if you don't take care of yourself in boxing, you have a short-lived career. So, we're gonna continue being entertained. Hopefully, I think Ryan Garcia does bring some entertaining fights. I got to give Ryan Garcia and both Devin Haney props that they've been active. Like Devin Haney, Garcia a year ago fought Javante Davis, and now he's fighting Devin Haney. So he is fighting top dogs. So respect for that, for sure. Respect. And Devin Haney as well. So what happens to Ryan Garcia? I don't know what happens next, but I think he's going to move up to 147. There's no catch weight. He needs to be at 147 and play with the big boys there and see what happens over there. Okay, get a championship, beat a Terrence Crawford, beat a Boots. Then I would change my views on Ryan Garcia. I still think he's annoying. He's still a brat, but that ain't going to change. But at least from a boxing standpoint, I'll give him his props. All right. And as far as with Devin Haney, I don't know. I think he'll go back and rest up, get back to the drawing board, and have a good comeback fight. And I still would love to see him against Teofimo Lopez. Do we need to see a rematch? Do we need to run it back? I would like for them to run it back, but I don't think it'll happen. But they have to run it back at the actual weight that they both decide, not 143 pounds. Wasn't a catch weight, right? All right. That's it, y'all. I got to go. Hit like, subscribe. I appreciate you. This is a long one, but I had a lot to say. I had lots inside that I wanted to share with you, and I was able to do that. So thank you guys for checking it out, sticking with me. Let me know down in the section down below, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the fight? Is Ryan Garcia, did it change your opinion for the ones that were really like convinced that Ryan Garcia was the man? Oh boy. He or girl. He's, was Ryan Garcia convincing? What are your thoughts on that? What's next for Devin Haney? Just drop it in the comment section. I love hearing it. And of course, if it takes me some time, I'll get to it. But I love commenting. It's all about building the community. Again, it's not about right or wrong. These are just opinions that should be respected. And I'm not laughing at nobody. I was wrong. Once again, I admit it, but I still stand by and how I believe about and what I say about Ryan Garcia. Not convinced. All right, y'all. Gotta go. Peace.